Welcome to Real World AIP. I'm Stacey and today I'm making Bolognese sauce. If you didn't see my no-mato, faux-mato, tomato-free marinara sauce video, I'm going to be using that as the base for this. Or you can use your favorite tomato-free marinara, whichever recipe you like. There are a ton of them out there. So that's going to be the base for this. But first, we're going to take 1 pound of grass-fed ground beef. It doesn't matter how much fat is in it, 80-20, because we're going to drain a little anyway. Put that in our big pot and get that going on medium heat and start cooking it. Alright, our ground beef is mostly cooked, so I'm going to go ahead and drain that fat. This is a super fatty package. It said 80-20, I think it was more like 70-30. I always do everything to dirty the least amount of dishes possible. My general rule of thumb when I'm cooking is 1 teaspoon of salt per pound of ground beef. I found a little bit of extra chopped up oregano from my garden. I'm just going to throw that in there because I don't know what else to do with it. Now to this, I'm going to add coconut milk. This is just the regular coconut milk, not the toasted, although that would probably be delicious too. I'll weigh this just so you know how much I actually use. So these are my frozen coconut milk discs. I weighed it. I'm using exactly 7 ounces, so about a half a can of coconut milk. Just gonna plop that in, put a lid on it, and let it melt. Now, this is my homemade coconut milk. I feel like it was not quite as creamy as the stuff I get in the can at Trader Joe's. So to remedy this, I'm just going to crack open a can of this Trader Joe's coconut milk and take some of this super thick cream that forms on the top. Even at room temperature, it's like super creamy. And I'm just going to pour that on because I want a creamy Bolognese sauce. And I guess it's hard when you're making your own coconut milk. It's hard to really standardize it. It's delicious in many things, but it wasn't quite creamy enough for my Bolognese. So we got some out of here. On the top of the can, you can see like the liquid moving around, and this is just like pure, just like cream, like butter. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. See that? All right, good. So you could use coconut cream. I mean, you could use coconut manna or butter. You just gotta make sure it's nice and creamy. Now to this, I'm going to add a 12-ounce jar of faux-mato, no-mato, nightshade-free tomato sauce. There's a link above to the one that I make if you want the recipe. I'm just going to add this is a 12-ounce mason jar. I'm going to add it all to the meat and coconut cream mix. Mix it in nice, and now I'm just going to let this simmer on medium for like 10 minutes to kind of reduce some of the liquid in it and just make it super thick and creamy. This Bolognese has been simmering for 10 minutes, and as you can see, it's nice and thick. Don't let the simplicity fool you. This is freaking amazing. The coconut milk and cream give it this super creaminess with a hint of sweetness. And the beef and a little bit of leftover beef tallow in there just gives it like amazing flavor. You're gonna love this. One more thing. I just tried this. It blew my mind. It's really good, but it needs a hint more of acidity than the tomato-free marinara was giving it because we added all the beef and the cream. So I'm just gonna put 2 squeezes of fresh lemon wedge for just a touch more acidity to cut through the fat in there. The level of salt was perfect. The level of sweetness to savoriness was perfect. Now it's perfect. Serving suggestions. I would ladle this over a split sweet potato. I think this would be better over a white sweet potato. You can use it as a dipping sauce for white sweet potato French fries. You could layer this over a mound of mashed taro root or mashed batatas. You could eat it with a spoon right out of the pot. You know, zucchini noodles with the spiralizer. You could do the sweet potato starch noodles. I wish somebody in the US made those and I could read everything on that bag. You can just, you know, whip it up with a bunch of stir-fried vegetables. Anyway, I want to hear what you do with it. Comments below, please.